We're alive, baby. We're freaking live. Finally. Took long enough. Took long enough. Freaking enough. Seems. Hi there. What's up? Glacier song. Woo! Hey, Glacier. What do you think of this rig? A triple lens shot rig. This rig that I'm holding right here, that goes to my chest. This is a 15-foot leader, but you can cast it as no more than 5 foot. And I've even found a way to make a 20-foot version, but I still need confirmation from surgeon to finish it up anyway. But today we're actually not doing so much shark rigs as are maybe some more leaders for some big eels, some big conger eel leaders like this. I do have circle hooks too for them, but the thing is, in the Mediterranean where we fishing, you have moray eels too, and they're a lot smaller. Well, not that much smaller, but they are smaller. So, and you want to catch the small ones too, not just the big ones, because the smaller morays, they're delicious. With the conger eels, you only really want the bigger ones, but yeah, they'll probably be fishing more J hooks. Also on J hooks, there you have a good chance of accidentally catching an octopus, which are delicious too, you know. So there we can catch octopus and moray eels that you don't really catch when you're using circle hooks. You only really catch octopus and the morays, especially the smaller morays, when you use J hooks that are a bit smaller versus larger circle hooks. Far north, different story. In waters where congers are, and some sharks maybe are the only thing that I'm going to catch on these rigs. But if I have moray eels and octopus and stuff, I'm new to the stream. Hi there, Samantha Miller. Well, this is a fishing channel. Some more rigs. This is a circle hook still. I don't know if I'll actually be using this one or not. We'll see. We'll see. Welcome in. Never seen somebody actually read my name. Of course, Samantha. No worries. Hi, Gray 0317. Not sure what you're saying. Yeah, one more for special rigs. It's getting a bit warm in here. Scan how many views and take off all your clothes. No, that's serious. I have no idea how it's going to be at the Mediterranean this time of year. Thanks. Because I've actually never been there. I've only been there during the summer. Have I been to the Mediterranean in winter? Well, kind of, yeah. In October, okay, but that was completely different part of the map. So, never been to that part of the map this time of year. So, it will be interesting. Anyway. This is a route that will definitely be coming along. Do you have any cool fishing hooks like Meow Chrome, Neon Chrome? I'm not sure what you mean with neon chrome. I do have some designer coats, but it's not dark in here. So, I mean, there's this. Give me a second. Why do I do this? Well, I can untangle this for that. We do have hooks. This is the biggest hook I have. It looks rainbow. Okay, Gray. How about you decide? I mean, it literally can fold around your arm without even piercing anything. I'm using YouTube. It's just YouTube. YouTube mobile app. Well, I'm also live on my other channel using OBS, but just YouTube mobile. Oh yeah. That's awesome, bigger than your arm. Yeah, but honestly, they bend easier than the smaller hooks because the leverage is it and these thick hooks they have a hard time penetrating properly, so they can actually straighten easier. Can you tell me how you? Yes, on my phone. So anything past like 20 or hook size, something like that, generally doesn't make sense. I also live on my other fishing channel. You can use OBS, but you just go to where you would post the video, and then you should find the option. Why do I have the feeling the pushing? Let's be nice. Yeah, we'll pack this rod off. This is definitely gonna one that's coming along for the trip. What glacier? Oh, you're talking about her? I cannot show you because I'm using my phone to stream right now. You have the button in the middle, you press on it, it has the option short, live, post, video, you click on live, and then you go live. Not rocket science. Hit the X button at the bottom. Yeah. For mobile, you can go live from a notebook with 0 subscribers. But you'll still have to request going live and verify your phone number. Yeah. Here's one of my more finesse rigs, by the way. Do. Thanks. Thank you. And as you can see, this is very supple, soft cable. It doesn't kink easily. This is metal. This is cable leader, but it's 133 strand cable. And this is only 1 millimeter strand. So this is thickness, sorry, that's what in pounds, that's like 70 kilos. So, gosh, how much will this hold? It's like 150 pounds, 150-pound cable. 150-pound cable leader to catch those eels. But still pretty thick, relatively thin and soft. You don't need coated leaders for them. Like, I find coated cable, honestly, if anything, it performs worse, not better. Hello, Lila. Lila, say hello to the stream. Come on. You came in. Say hello, Kelly. Yes, she'll be coming fishing. No, stop with your claws. No claws, baby. No claws, please. Hey, coffee. Monday probably. Yep, my little fishing buddy. We'll see. There's a good chance I'll stream tomorrow, yes. But it's also okay, Lila. You want down? Or you just want to be picked up in a different way? Let me try that. You used to like this. Hmm? She seems to be Lila. Relax. Okay, we've got stuff to do anyway. But yeah, I'll be fishing the Mediterranean next week, so upside down cab, yeah. Oh, yeah. This was the question. If I'll take it as is, or I might actually not. I'll have to think about this one. But yeah. Lila? Don't you jump on my notebook and mess up my settings. I still don't know what you did last time. Anyone with a cat will understand. They have a talent of changing settings on your devices you never know you even have. Like he's literally walked over my keyboard and pressed buttons and activated something that I I had no clue what it was and didn't know how to fix it and had more times than I wanted to bet. But yeah, here's half of my heavy duty cast out shot rig. With the thick, like this is the biggest hook that makes sense normally. Because this is a hook that's still gonna penetrate properly and it'll hold. it'll hold. And it honestly, any shark you want to catch, it'll hook. Because the thing is, any shark where you would need a larger hook than this, we're talking like fish over 15 foot. And those are fish that can spool a 130 size reel. So yeah. This is for anything, any shark like 8 feet and up. It makes sense. Obviously, you can catch smaller fish on it, but you know, like bull sharks, hammerheads, tigers, great whites. Like this 6 gill and 7 gill sharks, this is a leader. Legitimately, you can catch a great white on it, no problem. A castable leader for a great white. Because you can cast even 130 size reels. You can definitely cast 80 whites. And you can easily cast 50 whites. I just want to make sure, because I would honestly prefer to do cable on this rig, but I think Sturgeon's at mono, so I want him to give me his definite feedback before I add the rubbing section, because this is already a 2-part leader, but it's going to be a 3-part leader. One section being like 9 foot or so of straight mono or cable. Then we have a jointed section of very heavy cable and a bit lighter cable. John Cena, what's up, John? What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. How are you? So yeah. Okay, see you tomorrow, Samantha. And yeah, like I said, these size hooks, yeah. Now, if you're gonna use a hook larger than a 20-0 circle hook or 16-0 Mustang slash BKK size, you have to set hook at very high drag pressure. Like it sounds counterintuitive, but if you use like a 20, 22, 24, 26, 28 circle hook, you'll actually have to set hook at like 50 to 70 pounds of drag. If you don't use enough drag setting hook, you'll bend the hook out. The hook will straighten if you don't use enough drag. Because you need that much drag for the hook to penetrate. Otherwise, you'll get a tip hook up versus like like instead of I'll show you what I mean. I'm all right, Sean. Like basically, you'll get only the tip penetrated, and then now we have a, a lot of leverage for the hook to be bent open, even by smaller fish. But you need this to penetrate for the the tension to be in here. Now you're not going to straighten this hook. Now you're going to be fine. But if you're hooked up like this, you're in trouble. And those larger hooks, they just require so much tension to penetrate properly. That is a big reason why for most shark fishing, you don't want a tank hook. Because you'll need to use 70 pounds of drag to just set the hook. And you also need a fish pulling that to get the hook set properly. Or a smaller fish that doesn't take enough drag in the beginning might just get hooked badly and then bend your hook out. It sounds weird, but yeah, so. All in all, you're more likely to run into issues if you go past that 20-0 size class. Nylon shark leaders are not nothing for cats to play with. Here's another one. This is just the bite section. Just the bite section that we can use for all kinds of different leaders. I want to catch salmon shark here. What I recommend for Sam Shot would be a leader in this style. But you probably okay, if you have the money, get the BKK monster circle hooks. If not, get catch all tackle called 20 O's or mustard inline 20 O circle hooks. And 3 millimeter 49 strand or 2.5 millimeter 19 strand cable. And I can DM you what's the most effective way to attach this kind of cable. I'm not sure if I want to make my secrets public completely. I've done it on live before, but I've not completely explained how I do it, and I've changed a couple things on how to get the best hookup ratio. I mean, you can't just crimp it and you might just lose. You'll probably catch 30% more fish if you do it like this. But if I if you get enough bites, it might not matter for you. If getting bites isn't an issue, you don't have to worry about this stuff. If getting bites is an issue, you do have to worry about it. Also, advantage of this attachment is the hook won't double back into the bait because it's fixed to the leader. It's not a moving connection like a crimp hook. I also have a realty school, leaf from. Here we have a little stick baby, or yeah, it is a stick baby. And we probably should take because this would be nice for a sea bass or barracuda. Smoked salmon shark. That does sound good. Smoked salmon shark. It actually sounds good. And they're listed as least concerned species wise. So salmon shark population is good. So if you're allowed to harvest one, I would definitely give it a try. Just you probably noticed, right? You need to immediately bleed and gut your sharks. Any shark, bleed them, gut them, core them out, put them on ice as fast as possible. Otherwise, they'll start leaking the ammonia, and then you get the weird taste. But yeah, you want to get them cored out and on ice quickly. Then you'll have delicious meat. And that's really why people don't like shark, because they don't know how to prepare it correctly. As with anything else, really, isn't it? Like any fish that people say is trash, I haven't found a single fish that is objectively bad. Like you can make pretty much any fish into something pretty tasty if you just know how. Okay, where's the school of wine? Where is that? Here. Here's my stainless steel wire. This is IC316 marine grade stainless steel. There are higher quality stainless steels, but they're almost impossible to find. And you might find wire made from higher grade stainless steel, but that's no good because you don't find cable made from higher grade stainless steel. So the 316 really is just stainless to go, because it's a most corrosion resistant that you can actually get realistically. So yeah, that's why I'm using it. Like, long as you're not playing with hooks, I guess it's fine. Hmm? What do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say for yourself? Hmm? How you will be fishing for some big fish. I mean, you've been with me when I've caught fish bigger than you, but I think I think so, yeah. I've never caught some really big fish. Meow. Okay. So, anyone got any questions? This will be like one of my this will be my heavy thing casting rod. 20K Saltiga, heavy popping rod. Good stuff, good stuff. Lila, what are you doing, cat? Why are you having so much cheetahs? Hmm? And I will probably sell this reel after the trip, so I'll do my best to take good care of it. Crazy cat. You're cute, but you're crazy. Lila, no. Hmm? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, honestly. Okay, let's actually get some shit done. So let's. Hmm. Yeah. Stop messing with stuff you shouldn't be messing with. Hey, Sammy, prepping for the Mediterranean Sea. Tell you really like fishing. If you were here, I'd take you out on my boat. Yeah, that would be cool. Well, I live for very special person, but yeah, fishing has still saved my life a few times. But anyway, so this is stuff that's coming with us. I also had someone kind of um, someone stayed over, so everything had to get cleaned up really quick, basically. So now it's a big old mess. For me, worse than it was before. Okay, some great. So far, my experience with the kite line blade has been mixed. I'm not loving it, but at least in the bigger sizes might not be as bad as I initially thought it was. We gotta get you here to go out with Devin. Who's Devin? Or like later talk, are you Devin? I mean, he's in Alaska, so it's not exactly where you are, Jimmy, but there was a aluminum wire. Well, I don't need this full of, so this is tail, but I don't need this full of either district. Yes, okay. Well, Alaska, and it is a long way, you know. It's only a 9 hour drive to where I'm going to the Mediterranean, and you can get to the Mediterranean in 5 to 6 hours, just different parts of the Mediterranean. So there's that, you know. Why, Jenny? But of course, sooner or later I'll be doing all kinds of traveling. It's more a question of when than if. If I live long enough, that is. And why was that in there? Oh, it's, uh, It's nice when people help you to clean shit up, but if they throw stuff together that has no business being together, oh. Hmm. Let me refresh chat just in case. Here's the rig that I built a while ago. This would be for a live fade. Nah, I'm not gonna be in this thing. So this is a pure live fade rig. It's nice, but it's pure live fade rig. So I think I made this rig to use a live dogfish as bait. Why? Oh, that's because that stuff fell down. That's why it's still on the ground. Some more rigs here. This is a good one. Good rig. Another good rig. Mm. That's fine. This is one though that I can probably already be take apart again. Because here's where I tried something. I kind of knew it wouldn't work right. Because this is 2 millimeter cable on a 10 circle hook. It's just too heavy. The cable, just too heavy for this size hook. So let's start to experiment with a different count. What, Sammy? Not all cables are used for dirty stuff. Get your mind out of the gutter. No, but what were you thinking? Hmm? What were you thinking, Sammy? There's a 600-pound mono. That's a lot of cable. I want to see what's a lot of cable. How about all of this table, Jenny? And I have more and heavier table in the basement. Right. Okay, if you're still spamming, bye. Actually, it's not the most important thing right now, but I take some of the aluminum wire on, put away, and don't. I will just do some of the stainless wire. Inoxidable. I guess we're twisting the wires, Lemmy. Okay, this cable is bunch together. Wait, it's actually my 2.5 millimeter cable. That's not even the heaviest. I have quite a heavier cable still. Nice. Anyway, basement. Yes, Jen. We have lots of heavy cable and even chain, more chain in the basement. Anyway, yes. Anyway. Whoa. Okay. These two rods are definitely coming with me. They're coming to the Mediterranean. So this rod, I might change something on the reel, but let's just get the big stuff Yes, big stuff, Kenny. Let's get the big stuff out of here. Let's put the reel back on the round real quick. So we can get all of this stuff out of the way here. Will definitely make it easier to work. Nyla, why are you being, yeah, you being a naughty girl? Yes, you are. Jenny, some hairy pussy for you? No, you're the one crawling around in all my fishing stuff. Hi, Samantha. You're back. Oh, no, I'm starting to get a bit tired. But yeah, my cat is definitely not getting tired. But she's leaving, like leaving the room. One second, I'll do a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. You can't go out now. She's on Gemini time. Might be Yep, there's it. She can do whatever. If you're talking about Samantha, sure. If you're talking about Lila, not so much. This is not I'm in Lila if you want to. Nope. Question will be still stop it. Yeah. Oh, cleaning up stuff. Don't you know, Cookie? Wow, I can see some floor. Right? You just that if he doesn't behave, if he acts like a baby, he's going to be treated like a baby. Your face is too cute, my love. But I make the rules. Let us now stop, stop, stop. Good. Good girl. See? Nine, Lila, stop, Lila. Good girl. Do you need more proof? Let's wait till she starts acting up again. Lila, nine, nine, nine. Good girl. Hmm. Can you hear her purring? Give me a kiss. No, 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 no. No. You can get another treat, but give me a kiss first. Lila. Okay, this works better if she's sitting down. Yep. It doesn't work with the camera. Nine. Nine. Did you see? Nine. Lila. How I help you? I just don't want you clawing me. I'm not very. My clothes aren't big enough, Lila. Yes. Okay. No. Mm-mm. No. No, Lila. Don't. Okay. Let's start with the cat. Nine. You are too fun to mess with, Lila. It's been a minute since I've got called a good girl. Anyway. We come along for these staying home. This lure is specifically for European catfish. This is a good, nice pike lure. That's kind of coming along. So right for some barracuda fishing. We don't need to empty this whole thing out not yet. Yeah. We'll have to go over this again, but So now everything's just gonna stay in here. It's gonna save us a lot of time and energy. Hi there. What's drag fishing right here? No, it's like lock up drag fishing, like fishing with a lock with a close drag, high drag on the fishing reel. Of course, right now I just put all my fishing rods away, but yeah. Hmm. Here's one of my piranhas. I've caught some piranhas on that while I was in South America. Nice. Honestly, though, I can cut it up and trash it. All right, let's see. Now we'll do it. Anyway, this hook will be used for one of our shark rigs. It's gonna clip actually. Anyway, YouTube's definitely sending some new people my way, which is good, but you also get some people to do about it. Oh well. Are you still down there? Oh, nothing. I'm sure. But you're being a good girl now. You're being quiet, so there's that. Now all those pockets that should not be there. That's already all the neatly packaged and ready to ship. Then stuff changed anyway. It's what it is. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks. Yeah. Thing is, I'm overtired, but I know I need to get stuff done. And I know, yeah. I just want to go to bed. Some of the best. Then I won't know even if I go to bed, I won't be able to sleep. So what's the point? Go to sleep. No, I can't. That's a problem. I won't get it. I won't get to it. That's not how my body works, unfortunately. Or at least of my mind. It took me a good hour to get started here, for example. Hey, at least I'm getting bigger. So go to know what now. What? What is your messed up mind thinking of now? I love you, Jenny. I love you. Seriously though, what are you thinking of? I know it's something on your mind. You're some proper cable. Hmm. And obviously all the shark stuff can stay at home. All the specific shark stuff anyway. Yes, proper. Proper what? Proper what, Jenny? A proper pounding? Proper pipe cleaning? Playing the clarinet? Or the flute? Can't breathe. Oh, so you need some mouth to mouth. Do you have any preferences? Was there any one of the out of the guys you like particularly? And hey, maybe we get some mouth to mouth and the pounding as a 2-for-1 deal. Who knows? Who knows? What? Did I say something wrong? and some good chest compressions. Wofer. Okay, so okay, if that means too fast, I'm sorry. Or you mean 2 for 1? 2 for 1. Okay. Well, who knows? They do deals on all kinds of things these days, you know. Well, I'm glad I made you laugh. Likewise. Mm. Honestly, it's a good thing I'm getting tired. I just have to know when to end it, and that's what I'm also good at. But oh well. You're going southward, we'll do some go. And Hurton was searching isn't here, so no point in finishing up his one final race. And he won't be able to pay till the 10th anyway, so no, probably shouldn't have said. Oh, actually, he said it on live, so that's fine. Yeah, just he had uh, an unexpectedly high car payment, which is why he had to postpone buying the leaders a bit. But yeah. Anyway, what time is it? Did I just hook myself? I did, but it's not that. This is a rig I could give to my dad. But I'll use myself probably ever. So okay, not later than I thought it would be. Not really though. Yes, I'm using heat shrink trim. Yeah, I know you're more used to that shrinks when it gets cold versus when it gets hot. But oh well. Sean, what up? Waiting for 11 days for Saturday to go for trout. Nice. That should be when you finishing the order for her for search that week after maybe. The week after the order should be going out. Anywho. Drive fast on the coast. I started, but can't get there yet. Yeah. I mean, there's a good chance I'll be catching some of, or at least a decent chance of our equivalent to the to stripers. You know, the European sea bass, slab ranks, or whatever, which is in the same in the family at least as striped bass. But yeah, they don't go into true freshwater here. Into like low salinity brackish water, yes, but you don't really get them normally in pure fresh water. And they also don't go as far north. Actually, I guess they kind of do. Well, but they're not common in northern waters like stripers are basically. Like stripers are more common in colder waters, cooler than what our sea bass are common. I think the maximum range of latitude wise are similar, but the bulk of the population is definitely further north of striped bass. This should be over 1.5 million. Yeah. Or we'll see. Anyway, melancholy. Anything with hooks goes through here. Okay, quick bathroom break, and I think we'll do then. And on the next bathroom break or so, I'll end the live. Yeah, so, so maybe another half hour or so. Okey-dokey. I'm back, bitches. Still here, had a phone call. Sorry, go to sleep. You don't want to miss Yogi. If anything, I'll still be awake when Yogi goes live. If I do sleep, I'm gonna miss him for sure. No question. If I sleep before he goes live, I'm not gonna wake up and feel awake enough to check him out before. So yeah. What, Gemini? What? When did my boobs get so big that they just stick out? What did that happen? Anyway, just you. Here, Jenny. I've got myself a little halo. I'm handsome. Exactly. And there it goes. Going down. Anyway. Way to hell! Exactly. Where's Lucifer and Satan when you need them? Where are my bros? Luca, Sarah, does Eve have to tied to the bed again, or why are you here? Oh. By the way, Gemini, were you by any chance lurking in Cindy's live where the whole cactus discussion came up the other day with Luca and some others? So I know you have a tendency, you might not be sharing, but you might still be there. Were you there to witness all of that or not? Okay, so you're burned. Too bad, too bad. You missed something. You missed something. My channel isn't. We're open-minded here, but I. It's maybe a bit much to discuss on my channel. I try to keep it a bit cleaner than that, usually. Anyway, here's a bunch of 2 millimeter cable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never said to keep it clean here, but a bit cleaner than that. Important distinction, Ken. Very important distinction. Let's maybe make a couple liters. Mm, 66 wins and more. 22. Okay. First, how you're capturing. What is very important? What difference? Some differences are important, others not so much. Okay, one crimp. You already got our eye on here. Sitting it down a bit further, but not too far. You don't want to unnecessarily tinkle later. Yes, we're getting kinky, Gemini. Actually, we're getting not too kinky. You want to get it tight and in position so it stays there, but you don't want to kink it too far. There is a yes, Gemini, there is such a thing as too kinky, believe it or not. All right. Just gonna crimp this copper crimp down. I've actually already cut this later. Not too long, but not too short. Like me. Now we're twisting it. And there my one crimp went. Also, this is twisting. I used to go overboard and twist too far. We don't need that. Insertion successful. The second crimp is an aluminum crimp instead of copper because aluminum will act as a sacrificial anode in salt water. Meaning if we have any corrosion, that corrosion will occur on the aluminum and not on our main leader or our main copper crimp. Basically, it's a security that corrosion won't be an issue. Beautiful. Not a clue. Oh, Ryan, what are you doing here? You heard about us getting kinky, and now my hairy pussy has to show up. And hmm? You want that one? Okay. Let's make a handful of these levers. Like three maybe. 3, 4, something like that. And then equip them with different size hooks. But they all get one of those ball bearing spools. One aluminum, one copper crimp. That's our eye. Again, we don't want to go too far. You don't want to get too kinky. You also don't want it unnecessarily big. If it's the same size or slightly smaller than the eye of the swivel, then good. Because any smaller than that, it's not going to have cinching it down any further won't have any benefit, but it could have potential downsides. So yeah. Let's leave it like this. And finish them off later. This is where serious production comes in. We're basically building leaders in serious now. Through twice and through twice. Cinch down far enough. One copper per double barrel crimp. Yes. And that's a good leader length. I feel like it's a good one. If I feel like it's good, it's good. It doesn't really matter all that much for the style fishing ability. So. So one advantage of making them a bit longer is that if you have to exchange the hook, you can still reuse them. But if they get too long, you also are more likely to get tangles, have a harder time casting, and so on and so on. So You just have to see. This will be a long one. Okay, that will be the last clear for now. Now these have hooks so far. That'll be our next. Will be the next separate step. Actually, next step for now will be to do the second crimp. But after that, okay, crimp done and cut. Now we've got, I think, four of these leaders. Yeah, four of these, but they still all have loose tag ends. How are you not monetized with all your watch hours? Seems like you should be. I don't have that many, I think, and I don't have enough subs. I do not have enough subs to be monetized. So, one, two, three, four. Let's get our aluminum 1 millimeter sleeve on here. Let's twist the cable. Again, don't twist too aggressively. Still twist it a bit so it opens up but doesn't open up too much. Insertion almost successful. But just one little tip that didn't go in properly. Okay, you need to cut this tag end, or it's never going to go in. Right. Insertion almost successful, one tip not in proper. Exactly right, Sammy. You've clearly been listening. It's a bit trickier because I'm making sure it's a tight fit, And I love how I'm clearly talking about fishing stuff, but also know that's not what you're hearing. Perfect. Yes, very tricky for tight fit. I know, right? If you have a loose fit, it's no problem getting it in, but it's unnecessarily large and doesn't surround it as it doesn't get as tight of a seal, and it's just more unnecessary space. Oh, I love you, Jenny. I love you, Jenny. Way too many. I'm talking about fishing. What are you thinking about, Jenny? Seriously, get it together, girl. Hey, beautiful. Or should I say beautiful? Oh, two left. To insert, we need to insert at least, we need to have at least two more successful or insertions. Oh, never mind. This is already done. This insertion was already successful. Nice. But this, okay, that was have to go. Well, what kind of fishing are you thinking about, Jenny? Insertion successful and crimp down for a tight fit. Makes a tight fit even tighter. Yo! Who's in the house? Curtain Force Dojo. Nice, man. Well, maybe then we can get to finishing up your leaders completely. Because next week I won't be home, but on the weekend I'll be home again. So no worries about that. Just if I have all your leaders done, I can get this hard stuff out of the way and not won't have to worry about it anymore. Hmm. Insertion not yet successful. No. Unsuccessful insertion, Gemini. Unsuccessful insertion. So I might hear that in my sleep. Oh, nice. First insertion point successful. Oh, it doesn't want to go in. It's getting worse. Insertion not completely. What? Did I say something wrong? Okay. Might just have to twist. I think we'll have to skip the twisting on this one. This is getting too short. For tag end, yeah. One rig, no twisting in the on the end. So you can get a successful insertion, just like this. Okay, not terrible, not terrible. Anyway, hurting for search, now you're there, brother. Beautiful. Yes, beautiful. It's beautiful. Because we still need to add for this rig. We still need to add second part, like the rubbing section. The thing is just this is gonna be sleepy, about to make some coffee and try to wake up a bit. Okay, then I'll just make some Conger rigs till you're a bit more awake. No hurries, no hurries, man. I've got time. All right, this is other way of how we do it for the big rigs. Why am I not doing this on the little ones? Because it's annoying. But I might do it in the future. Um, these, for example, these are some really small hooks. You need some specials. These would never work on the heavier cable. The two of these two O's and two of the four O's. Once I find them. For now, let's start with these smallest hooks. Honestly, we don't need anything coloring this time. Let's skip the string cube or let's do the animal. Whatever. Shouldn't really matter. Oh, okay, you wrote something. I probably can't go live with you tonight because Chelsea that later after she don't sleep very well. Yeah, my girl has sleep issues too. I was just thinking like maybe, but tell me that's wrong. Once you're what was I gonna say? Like once you're a bit more awake, like in a few, I don't know, in 20, 15 minutes or whatever, if that would be a better time for to discuss the final video. If you can at the moment, that's also fine. Don't worry about it, okay? Yeah. And totally, really, also great. Alex, yo. Okay, I must be now. Yeah, yeah. This one already found its way out. I'm washing head. I'm wearing headphones so my phone don't wake her up. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. And kudos to you, Sturgeon, by the way. Kudos to you. Well, basically, the thing is, a model writing section will get pretty bulky. If you say you don't care, I'll do it. But I've just looked at it and found that yeah, it's gonna get really, really big because we have in total we have the leader is sectioned into four different parts already. That's a lot, you know. So I just don't know how well it's gonna pass. Or some that's where. But if you say you definitely want mono and you don't care if it's not cast, not a spar, then I'll do it with mono. All right, this is ready. This is get set up. All right. You can run that running section to the table if you like. Okay. Well, okay. Did I find my table? Yeah, that's a table that's for that purpose. Let's give it a shot. Okay, let's do this and then we can because yeah, it'll just get so bulky. I can, if you want, I can do a cheaper like one of the other levers with the mono. But yeah, definitely have. But I mean, it's also all coded table. So we have this anyway. Here we have our bait clip. I'll get you guys closer in a minute because this will be interesting. What's coming next? It's gonna be a lot of stuff, or however you were gonna retrieve them. Well, originally I wasn't sure. This is an experiment. You have to understand. Even coming out with a completely new rig, no one has ever used or built before in the entire world. Yes, rubbing section. It's not something where I can go off any textbook or plan, not much of a plan really. I just have to I just have to go off my own gut and experience, and what I see working. So don't want this to get entangled with our code. No, 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 no. If we attach it, yeah, we have to attach it to the same eye, or it would be a precarious position to get potentially snacks a hook tip. Okay, good. I know how to attach it now. So here is we're already done bait clip with the hook section. And this top swivel here is actually also has a bait clip. That'll get clipped to a swivel. And yeah, about that. Actually, I want to cover this up stuff thing. Yeah, but I don't want to prevent that exactly that from happening. Okay, piece of some large string tube. That will do the trick. It has to be a hot candy. Actually, no, it can't be. There's no point. Absolutely no point. Okay. Maybe I should have went with it getting just its own. Actually, no, like this will be a nice package. Yeah. Leave this on here. Should probably just have this one like that. Whatever. Oh, never mind. It was about this and down here. Almost messed it up. Almost messed it up. A larger piece would have worked well. Maybe even slightly better, whatever. Cosmetically, this is not going to be the prettiest rig in the world. But it should work very well. Yeah. Yeah. That's that. Alrighty, some of your tabs that second. Here. Oh, that's gonna be fine. Fine. Okay, where are all my cable? There's some wild shit. There's some wild stuff. It's a wild west out here. What can I say? Fishing in your time, get all confused kids. Not the next gamer. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. You might actually have a point for one. Okay. Defects will be attached. Doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. No, because the whole could be facing either way. Or yeah, it doesn't swivel. It swivels. Okay. Let's get that crimp down. Actually, let's take the big crimpers. Because that's going to make our life much easier. We'll do better by. I know I checked all their chat. Oh, I did not know that. No, I would know that then. I've never mentioned it. No, that's not good enough. You redo the twist thing with more tension. Yep, done. Now comes the interesting part. Building this into a die formula. First, let's get the printing down here. For 3 millimeter. It's better, it's better. Like since it's strong. Because as a mod, you should it's locked up in the rack. Yeah. Maybe I'll add the fishing part back to the name as well. It felt kind of redundant, but it might, maybe it's not. There was any chance of this that it catches on this. Not really. That's good. It's still zero. Anyway, here's text me sometime within a week. Yeah. I can't, Tony, don't worry. Okay, now the magic's gonna happen. Very soon. Perfect blend. Okay, and I've overestimated so many times. Okay. So two of my big swivels. I know where I have them, but they'll have somewhere here. And we go this one. I don't know. Well, let's make it easy. I'll just get the one that I already connected. Don't ask. It's a complicated process. Two connected swivels. Let's disconnect the one, the other one here. Okay, so Surgeon, now we're gonna attach or we're gonna do the final measurement of this ring. Because this is a bad thing about this ring, quote unquote bad. You do need to do some pretty exact measurements or it's not gonna work. It just won't. Okay, swivel on. I think the best way to do it is to attach to the bait clip to the split bait. Yep. Okay, let's have plenty of options. Honestly, this might be easier than I thought it would be. Yeah, this just needs to clip onto there, or there, somewhere along the way. Now having all these eye protectors, so we kind of Conger that. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'll just add a random split ring, some cheap no name stuff. That's that. On there. That swivel. From the proper angle on it. Okay. We just need a big swivel to finish it off with a big swivel needs to have a clip on its end. It doesn't actually have to be a swivel, but it won't hurt. And the swivels are cheap enough. I just need to find one. Because you really have to hit. Need to bend open the eye, the letter. Okay. All right. Now where's let's just take that one. Oh, let's just do it. Let's do this one. Done. Let's close this eye back up. Okay, now we need to arrange split ring. Could be a bigger one. I have two small ones in my hand, but we have something a bit bigger. Yes, friend, now you're looking for something bigger. Right. Okay, this one will do. This will do. This will absolutely do. I actually could even clip it on down there. And make this a bit even a touch longer. Why not? Yeah, let's do that. Just this. This is a part of the read where we can do some playing around, but it doesn't really matter. It won't really matter. Yeah, it won't really matter. It's definitely probably the most complex rig anyone's ever built for shark fishing. At least for what real shark fishing. Commercial shark rigs, of course, they're also pretty damn complex. But that's, of course, a different animal. Not very comfortable. But it's rope now. I just got stuck on. Will we use string tube on here? Probably. But we don't technically need to. We'll just leave this one end there. Let's just leave this one crimp there so we can inspect my crimp connection. Actually, yeah, for another reason, this might. Or it might for the same reason, not be not so good. Oh, yeah. Let's proceed. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Final end. Sorry for the whole debacle, but yeah. Getting this reader perfect. I'll show it off in the end. It's a tricky one. But this is the rig. So I'm so glad I don't have to do this stuff. This is like the most advanced testing techniques. I don't think that this exists. And I'm not someone who lightly throws around absolutes. Okay, went down. Now there's no going back. You're twisting. Okay. Beautifully. Yes, good. Nice and hands up. Oh, man. Man. I honestly think you might not want just because of how much brain it takes, and it might actually be such a complex rig that gets annoying. It'll definitely work, but the simpler version might work almost and for your needs might already enough. Okay. Oh, we can do this anyway. Okay, just for show. Why make this easy on myself? Because I don't like easy. Anyway, rig will be all center, obviously. But what is this all? Well, this will probably be easier actually when you have it hooked up to it. No so it will be. Okay, now some straight line. Let's go messed up with it. Okay. Important first step, it seems like flip your okay, the weight for okay, I'll go to the bathroom real quick. I need to be focused. And then I think I'll end actually, to show you all that, to show you all that here, I think I'll hook it up to a ramp real quick. Grab a ramp is very great. That's the thickest one. I'm getting it. This is not the rock you really want to be fishing this rig on. A 6 pacer goes at a bit on the small side. So yeah. The lighting is already getting shit in here with the daylight. So it's time to end the live after this. But I want to demonstrate this rig properly. Oh, there you are, Lila. Why are you so being so cute? Okay, my battery is about to die. Yeah, perfect time to finish off. My triple pulley rig will definitely be a good one. Good. Hey, Chaos Goat. What up, bro? Okay. So from the rigs, from the swivels that go together here, the one that hangs off the longest, this is the one that you want to tie to your main line. So who started talking about Jimmy? Anyway, they need to grab the tire. Take a little bit more. I quickly show you all how I attach the brake line to my sinkers. Take the loop of mono or brake. I use mono or brake line. This is 50 pound mono. Decently heavy duty. We have a loop of this is just cut off on, and now you're just gonna go with the loops through each other, creating a cat's paw with at least 3 turns. You can go 4 or 5. Don't go over 5 or it's gonna be a pain to close, but yeah. This makes the loop knot not have to hold all the tension, and you have a bigger loop of weight. This will break before your shock leader will, for sure. Okay, so let's loop this on a swivel. The swivel, not the split ring. Should make this loop even bigger. I thought I was making it too big, but anyway, it's on. Now we have our weight, our sink. Yeah, here's a rate come from a rod. Now next step is going to be obviously hook your hook onto this. And actually, that's basically it. Okay, it's easier than I thought it would be. That's basically. Wait. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, because I am. Because I am. Okay, no. Anyway, you have your hook on your bait clip. Yeah. You'll want to keep this tension on. You probably just keep it in your hand, hanging. Then you'll get the swivel from your main line. You'll be attaching your bait clip to the split ring connecting the 2 swivels that go to your main line. And you'll pull this final swivel that is free, hanging, free floating, whatever you want to call it. It also has a clip, bait clip on the end. Okay, so maybe we can do this first. I'm gonna hook this on this clip ring that's on the bottom next to where we attach the weight. Yeah, now we've got everything attached. except we still need to reattach this up there. To a split ring. I'll send some close-up pictures of it in use, Sturgeon. Don't worry. But this is now our finished product. This is our finished product. And this is like a tiny rod. This is a 5-foot rod. And I could still cast this, okay. It is a complicated setup because we have a line condensed to 1/4, or leader length to 1/4, or just under a little bit more than 1/4 of what it actually is, the completed leader. You can see it. I think you can see it okay. Yeah. So I would have no problems doing a cast like this. And okay, let's now just cast it. We give it a couple of takes, it comes loose, and now we have one fathom of cable, 1 3/4 of a fathom. Then we have a weight, a lead, another fathom of 2 millimeter 49 strap cable, already pretty tough, and then our 3 millimeter cable to our hook. So we have in total about 20 foot of cable from our main line to our hook. But different kinds of cable in different sizes, because this is the stuff that shark will actually be chewing, but it has all this other cable, both here, that it has to, it can wrap around in and hit with its tail out to ever get into trouble. That's a ring. And since I've already done it before now, I think actually the way you set this up, you ignore the bait. You ignore the bait for now. Ignore the bait. You take this swivel right here, run it through, clip this bait clip that ends our little swivel into our split ring that we've attached to the swivel that attaches to the lead. Now we can attach our bait to this bait clip here. Maybe this. Oh, I actually don't think it will matter. Now we just take this clip that is on this swivel coming off the hook, leader length, and this clips to this split ring connecting our 2 top swivels. And again, give it a squeeze, it all comes loose. Oh, this time it actually didn't. Okay, well, if it was actually pulled, yeah, then definitely all comes loose. As soon as there's a fish on, 100%. But once you cast the leader out of this style of rig, you want to give it a few shakes with the rod and wind it in a few jars, just to make sure your rig is all folded out, This is just a bit hard to do in my room, but okay. Last time setup. You have your weight. Or you have to grab your mate in the end with this clip. You hook it into this split ring attached to by your weight. You can always hook it into the eye of the swivel if you prefer, honestly. Wouldn't matter. Just keep this tight. Actually, we could also, let's see if this works. Take this clip that's on a hook length, put it into this solid induced split ring. It works. And now we just hook or bait in. Done. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Works like a charm. Okay, so certain careful. You take your clip that's on your, this is how it looks at the end. You take this clip that's on this offhand swivel, you pull it through a running swivel, hook it into this split ring that goes to our, that is where our weight attaches. Let it in, done. Now from there, our hook length goes up. It goes towards a hook. More. Of course, it's all goes way faster. I just want you to see it. Here we have another bait clip attached. This bait clip goes to this split ring up here, attaching these two large swivels. One goes to the main line, the other to the leader. And this split ring in between is where this bait clip goes. Now you just have your hook and your bait hanging off. And now you just need to take this bait clip at the bottom, hook it over your hook, and you're done. Your setup is done. Release it like a charm again. Now I'll just do it fast without talking. Voila. I'll talk much at least. Just to show you that it actually does not take that long to set up. Done. Okay. And even with this tiny softer rod, I could cast this. Okay, this came loose, swinging it around for my rod. And that's kind of part of the game with fake clips, of course. Exactly. Once you have one loose, well, we always make a problem to release. But then it's going to be that's honestly that's not what you want. You want fake clips that release easy. Otherwise, they're not going to release when they're supposed to. Okay. One more time. And then I think it's enough also for me. Good. Good. Click on here. Now just this clip. Now we're Gucci. Now we're Gucci. Just yeah, complete. Yeah. Ready for a cast. Let's smash our screening. But this is a actually good. And I could even manage to side from wrong if I really wanted to. It is pretty wild. So You'll get the hang of it, Sturgeon. It is. I've never actually used this leader because it's a new invention of myself too. But it'll work. It'll work. You'll get the hang of it. Here we have our mainline end, the smart stage. Here we have our weight. Come on. Okay, the basement got stuck in my rod band, which is of course not supposed to be there. But yeah, we have our weight or semi-bite section and now a final bite section. All work beautifully. Thank you very much. I'm still here. That's pretty dang awesome. Thanks. If you want, Sturgeon, if I can get it, if I can get to it, I'll just build some with mono or with cheap cable. I'll see if I can switch out some of your other rigs to be like that too. But yeah. Or I'll just buy some more of this cable and then I can use it for the same. Yeah. This is some special cable. I only wish I would have put some shrink tube on this one here. But, or can I just do it now? Maybe. Yeah, I won't need this. I need new shrink tube anyway. I won't get new stuff. I won't be this size on my heavy fridge, so that will make it a little bit nicer and easier on the setup still. And of course, any rig, you can't have a super duper simple rig that has all these qualities, unfortunately. I wish there was, but yeah. Okay, I do not feel that it just makes it shrink this size makes it better or worse. Yeah, this will be the ticket. That will never be. And that's fine. Okie dokie. I usually run 8 to 10 ounce spider weights so the hook can hang off that while casting. Yeah, you would need that. Actually, you have, you know, I've already created bait clips for you, so anything can will work. The whole idea is to have the sinker separated from the rest of your rig. But yeah, what you want to do is you want to hook your this bait clip that's on that very end towards your main line, normally to your sinker, and let this section here a double up line. Then on the swivel that connects, that goes off our hook, we have another bait clip that goes into the split ring here. And now our rig is basically done. Our hook is still free, but that's what we have our bait clip for. Down here. You just put this over your bait clip. Okay. To explain shit while doing it doesn't really work. Anyway. Okay, now. Bait clips release easy. It is, and by the way, if the bait clips release too easy storage, just take some pliers and bend them in. But yeah, what I mean. You know, here. Of course, you can take some pliers and bend them in further. I just have them left them like half open, so they actually release properly. But if you find these fine while fishing, but they're annoying while rigging, you can absolutely keep. This one, it honestly looks like it might be a bit too open. And of course, you can bend them close. You can also open them up more if you want that. By the way, both work. Both you can do both. If you think they need to grab a bit better, you bend them in. If not, you bend them out. It's stainless steel in a gauge that you won't break while casting, but it's light enough that you can break. You can still bend it with a good pair of pliers. And it's not hardened steel that's gonna break after bending it once or twice. You can bend it a few times before you'll have any issues. So yeah, that is I think an important thing to mention. That with any of these bait clips, the angle is not set in stone. The angle isn't set in stone. Anyway, I'll remove this from my leader now, my rod, I would say. Let's get this weight off. There's a bunch of ways you can rig these, but the basic design, yeah. That is that that is something truly original, by the way. My love to you, girl. Which you mean Lila or you mean my girl, Jimmy? Lila was just taking a nap, but she's kind of woken up. When I say my girl, I mean my girl or my woman, not my cat. Anyway, I just took this split ring over the hook. I have to undo this when it gets to you, but yeah, let's get this crap wrapped up. Can't just say good or say your girl and Lila, my love to your girl. Okay, your girlfriend. Okay. Oh yeah, my battery isn't good. I will say that if if I remember, I will tell her she said that. I mean, you don't really know each other, but yeah, she is. So this is the whole wrapped up rig. Let's bag it up. Let's bag it up and be done with it. We still have 5% battery, so we'll be fine. So I also need to get stopped. And now I've got all my shark rigs ready. Okay, shark. This rig is, and yet if this was mono, just the mono itself would be as big as this rig. This cable is heavier, obviously, but it's not. You don't have to go thick because 300-pound cable. No shark will stray through. They might bite through it. They'll bite through normally. A lot easier than that. So yeah. Anyway, here is our triple play rig. Let's demonstrate this the same way too. Why not? This is a much simpler design. It's still fancy enough, but also so from your rig, it looks like this. In the water, it will sit very differently, actually, than the other rig. But anyway, How exactly was this down here? Oh, oh yeah, that's awesome. All right. Okay, you have your swivel from your line. You have your hook. You hook it into your leader clip. There on the swivel from the leader clip, you've got your. Or actually, you need to first hook. We have this hook that gets connected just in here with a swivel. Not 100% sure on the design yet, but we can redo it. And that just gets hooked into. Then you always hook your hook on last. Is what I've already learned. Okay, done. Now it is a 3 times of length when it's fully extended. Oh, okay. My mouth came loose. I need to. But the clip still released, so this would have worked. It would have worked. Yeah. Slightly higher tangle attached on this rig, but it's minimal. It's minimal. And I've already demonstrated how this one works. So let's back this one up too. Let's get rid of our weight. Actually, to make it a bit fancier and maybe less likely to handle, we'll add a second swivel with a split ring onto this one as well. Then you can attach the hook into the swivel, and it's not the same line this runs through. That will make it a bit nicer and a bit less likely to give you any issues. It's not going to give you any issues either way. Um, so this is how you want to hook it up. Now we hook your bait on. Voila. This does fit nice. Okay, we'll also wait from the weight. This doesn't really work properly, but it will work. In reality, it'll work just fine. Once you have a weight attached, this and then one swing and it comes loose. Okay, good. Let's back this sucker up. Because I need to call it. I need to call it a day sometime soon. Okay, we have a hook section. Which is for 19 strand, 2 millimeter cable. Now we have a running section, which is galvanized 1.5 millimeter cable. I actually not wrap this up. Get it straight into a bag. Okay. Third, do you want me to try to function to make more readers? Like one of those two options. Or for now, you'll just go with the rest as regular. You want to leave the rest unchanged. Anyway, here are my two special readers. There's definitely a, there's definitely a lot lighter. Okay, but this also uses a heavy cable for the bisection and stuff. Makes sense. But anyway, all right, class leaders all done. So till my trip, I won't worry about chart leaders anymore. Should I put these here? Yeah, out of sight, out of mind. And Cem, you've been saying you need to go for hours. I know, right? Lila? I'm sure Cem, I know you're sleep. I know Jenny wants to see you again. But I don't really need to go, you know? But I probably should. I don't really have any deadlines. Um, it's like say cats don't like their bellies crash. Look at this. Are those just your tits I'm feeling? Yeah, okay. Or no, that's some dirt in your fur. Okay. I was thinking that's big many teeth. Doop, 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 doop. Okay. And now, see? Oh, hi Rosie. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm just about to end the live. Okay, Lila. You go, you go. Yeah. Yeah, she's lying next to some shark leaders and rigging stuff. Totally unfazed. Okay, I hope. What's okay? My cat loves belly rubs too. Yeah. Lila. Mm, what you looking at me for? Anyway, our shark leaders are done. Here's another shark leader that it's just a standard pulley rig. You don't have to take it sturgeon, don't worry. But yeah. Let me know if you want all your rigs to be the fancy kind or not. But anyway, I'll make a drawing where you can see how the rigs will sit in the water, which is very different because I don't know if it properly shows, and I don't have a room big enough to show it with an actual life-size shark rig. So anyway, I'll hit you up, send you pictures, and cheers. Peace out. Ah, nice. Rosie Gemini just said she'll subscribe to you. So yeah, peace out. Bye bye.